Hello. This video is going to be on pre and probiotics. Sorry for the late post. Life has gotten a little crazy. I'm actually hiding out in my guest bedroom to make this video. I want to break the videos up. I'm going to do one on pre-probiotics and then I'll do another video on other supplements because I want to keep them under 10 minutes. That was my goal. You know, a lot of people may say, hey, I started a probiotic or I've used one in the past and it didn't work. I'm going to tell you probably weren't using the right one, okay? Probiotics can be a little complicated because there's so many on the market right now. You know, the gut health research is legit. It is for real. But then, you know, everybody wants a piece of the pie. Everywhere you look, there's stuff with probiotics in it. So it can be a little complicated when you buy a supplement. I will tell you that, you know, we have over 1 trillion bacteria in our gut. So the diversity and the different types of bacteria can be hard to figure out which one you want. And there are some that are geared more toward different things, like some fight off yeast better, some help with immunity better. What I'm going to talk to you about is just trying to find a well-rounded one that will kind of knock out everything, you know, and that's really what you want. Unless you're really trying to target something specific, I would buy a well-rounded one. The first thing you'd want to do is look at the number on there. There'll be a number. It may say 1 billion, 3 billion, 50 billion, you know, find the number. To me, if it doesn't say at least 3, it's not worth purchasing. I would at least make sure it said 3 billion. If you're someone who's never had any stomach or GI issues, I would go for 3 to 10 billion. If you are someone that's trying to do something a little bit more aggressive or who has had GI issues, I would go above 10 billion. Okay, 10 to 20 is about what I take every day. That's the average person. That's a nice range to be in. And then people who I suggest to go higher than 20 billion, they have GI issues going on, okay, which I've never taken one higher than 20 billion. The one that I'm going to be showing you today with Amari is 10 billion. And then they also have pre and probiotics in their fundamentals pack, which is what I really recommend everybody do first. With the billion, after you figure that out, you know, is it at least 3? Or is it in that 10 to 20 range, you know, wherever you feel like you should be? The next thing you want to look at is on the back in the ingredients, what type of bacteria are in there, okay? You don't want it just to have one name. The more diverse it is, the better. You want multiple strains, okay? More than 2 or 3. You want several strains represented. And then you want to look and see what the name is. You want at least one to start with a B. Just remember B. B for Beth. That B actually stands for Bifidobacterium. And then you want one to start with an L, the lactobacillus. Lactobacillus, most of you've probably heard of because that's the one that's in yogurt. And that is the most common one that you'll hear about, the acidophilus. You'll hear about that one a lot. But you want a combination of Bifidobacterium and lactobacillus. The reason why, those two families of bacteria, they cover a lot of stuff. Those two guys, that gets really detailed because in each little family, like you have the lactobacillus family, you have the Bifidobacterium family, then they have dozens of strains inside their families. But if you knock out at least one of each of those guys, you're going to cover a wide variety of health issues or concerns. So get those 2 included at least, okay? Get those 2 included. If you see others, that's even better because you'll see some that start with staph, strep. That's okay, you know, but make sure the lactobacillus and the Bifidobacterium's in there, okay? Then I want you to look and see if there is a prebiotic in there. It may not say prebiotic. It might just say something like FOS or inulin. If you remember from my previous video, prebiotic is fiber, chicory root, inulin. It'll be a type of fiber, okay? Usually on these probiotic formulas, it just says prebiotic blend, But some companies don't. They will put the name of a fiber on there. That is what that is, and that's even better, because what that means is it's feeding that bacteria to help with the absorption. So that's nice. If you can get one with both in there, that's better. Now, years ago, I was always trained and told, go to the refrigerator. You don't want to buy a probiotic unless it's in the refrigerator. That is not so anymore. A lot of these companies are making more shelf-stable probiotics. So just because it's on the shelf doesn't mean it's not as good as something at a health food store in the refrigerator. That's not so. It depends on how the bacteria has been encapsulated or formulated. It also depends on the strain. Some strains are shelf-stable, some are not. So don't just say, oh, it's not in the refrigerator, it's not any good. That's not so. One of my favorite ones until I met Amari, you didn't put in the refrigerator. And I've used it for years and years, and we've encouraged people to take it at my office for years and years, and it does not go in the refrigerator, and it has been amazing. Amari does not have to go in the refrigerator, so don't worry about that. You know, supplements are not overseen, by the government, but it is nice if you look and see, have they had any kind of inspection, or if they're certified by anyone. There are a couple of companies, like I think it's USP, and it'll have a circle going around it, and that means it's certified. There's certifications that these supplement companies can pay for. And that does mean that their company have took the effort to make sure that they have certain guidelines and they've passed certain measures for their product before it hit the shelf. And that, I would look for that. It's USF is a popular one. Let me see, I jotted them down. That's the one that I usually look for. NSF is another one. And they'll be like the little kosher sign. They'll be on the back with a circle around it. Something else for you to think about. Probiotics, you can start seeing results immediately, especially the GI impact, but most of the time it has to build up over time. Y'all can't give up on this after a month, okay? If you don't see this through at least 3 months, you're not going to get your money's worth. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. 9 times out of 10, when people tell me they didn't get anything out of it, they did not take it but a few weeks, and then they quit, okay? They weren't even taking it every day. And then a lot of times they just didn't buy the right one, okay? So once you figured out how to buy it, then stick with it. You're not hurting anything. That stuff's already in your body, so you're not going to hurt anything. Commit to it. Take it, okay? Commit to it and take it, because you need to give it at least a good 30 days. The gut can start resetting itself in just that short amount of time. I encourage folks, for the maximum benefit, you've got to stick in there 3-4 months. You really do. And they say, well, you know what? If I'm on the fence, then stop taking it and see. Then you'll know. Then you'll know, because you will feel what it was doing. But you really have to just stick with this and take it. Now, what is different about Amari stuff? They do make their own probiotic, okay, and it is 10 billion. It's nice. It's shelf stable. I don't take this, but they make just a plain probiotic, and it has a prebiotic in it. They make digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes are components of foods that are naturally consumed by us that help with digestion. They're these little guys that kick in every time you eat to help you process certain things. Like if I go and eat a hamburger, my body's going to create certain digestive enzymes to break that hamburger down. If I go and eat an apple, my body is creating certain enzymes to help me break down that apple. So a lot of people with GI issues like reflux, heartburn, benefit from taking digestive enzymes. I don't really think these are necessary per se, except for someone maybe trying to wean off Prilosec, Zantac, some sort of reflux med. Now, if that was your goal, because there is a lot of new research showing that the long-term effect of those guys, and they're overly prescribed, then yeah, this would probably be very beneficial to take those. What makes Amari different, the fundamentals pack though, is this is like 10 products all in one. The kit comes with 3 different things. They take very specific strains of bacteria and they match it up to the specific prebiotic it needs for absorption, which is really cool. I'd never seen that done before. I didn't even know, science could do things that intricate. So it takes the certain strain of bacteria and it matches it up to the certain fiber or prebiotic it needs for maximum absorption. Then also in here are nutrients, bitter herbs, the nutrients meaning the phytonutrients, all in here that are going to maximize the absorption and what it's doing. And what these guys are doing, it's all about that gut-brain axis. It is helping the gut and the brain communicate the best to its ability. And it's resetting that gut completely. And the gut and brain, they do talk to each other, they do communicate with each other. And the stronger that connection, everything in your health and body will be stronger. And I know that sounds crazy, and that's, well, it can't help everything. Pretty much it can, you know, whether it's focus, energy, mood, you know, the mental stuff that we feel every day, how we handle stress, to hormonal balance, your metabolism. Think about it. If your gut is weak, that's your engine. The weaker it is, the slower, the less effective you're burning calories. So metabolically, hormone, like I just said, food intolerances. If you're someone that does have GI issues or have issues with certain foods, hello, you got issues going on then. So you name it. I have read and heard about people from blood pressure to diabetes, just about anything you could think of, pain, you know, pain, all of that can be affected by strengthening the gut lining, the gut bacteria, the gut-brain axis and connection. And that's what these 3 products are doing. They're working simultaneously to make that happen. So, you know, if you want to go the Amari route, instead of doing their probiotic, I promise you this would be worth it. And y'all just remember, in June, you can get the preferred customer price. They're waiving all the membership fees, and that means for a whole year, you would get anything at that discounted price. You know, and you don't have to commit to anything, but in a year, if you want to try anything, it will be at that preferred customer price. So anyway, that is the yeah, I think that's the main stuff I wanted to tell you about probiotics. You want to look for the amount. You want to look for how diverse it is. Does it have more than one strain represented? You want to see, is it shelf stable? Do you have to keep it in a refrigerator? And then look for certification. How is it tested? And that'll give you a good idea, you know, about how reputable it is. And then does it have a prebiotic included? And I'm going to attach a handout onto my gut page tomorrow that kind of summarizes all this as well. And then I'm going out of town Tuesday. Before Tuesday, I'll post another video with some information on other supplements. And I'll try to gear that toward metabolism, weight loss, because we're all ladies and that's what we want to know about anyway. All right, guys, I'll chat with you later. Bye-bye.